Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're gonna be testing out the new Rare Beauty Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. It looks so good. I think this is gonna be such a great product for the spring. Of course, we're gonna try it out and do a wear test today, but I actually got this sent to me in PR, which I did not expect to get this so early. So thank you so much to Rare Beauty for sending it over. And they sent one shade, which by the way, I love because it's like less wasteful. And I actually think this might be a good match. So we're gonna try it out, do a wear test. If you guys are new, please do not forget to subscribe. And if you are not new, of course, you know the drill. Grab a snack, get cozy, and let's try out this tinted moisturizer. Okay, so first I'm gonna just start with a little skin prep. I did my morning skincare routine at this point like a few hours ago. So I'm gonna start with some primer water and I'm gonna use the NYX Bear With Me primer spray. This is really good before and after makeup and it's very neutral. So it's not like a dewy or matte spray, so it won't alter the finish of my skin. So this is a tinted moisturizer and it's supposed to be like with a glowy finish, super lightweight. So I'm thinking a pore filling primer might be the best option with something that is so light to medium coverage on the skin. So I'm just gonna use the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer, which is actually one of my favorites. This really does a good job at smoothing you out, but it doesn't dry out the skin. I thought this would pair well. I'm doing about like 2 pumps. I'm gonna focus this on my T-zone and like this area right here. This is where I have like the largest pores. All right, skin is prepped. Let's get into the tinted moisturizer. So this is again the Positive Light Tinted Moisturizer. It has SPF 20 and apparently here on the PR package it says it's perfect for those days when you want something easy to throw on and still look put together. So this is a flexible tinted moisturizer that goes on easy to instantly blur skin with a glowy light to medium coverage that stays put all day. Retails for $29 and it comes in 24 shades. So the one that I have is in the shade 30. And packaging is actually really nice. I like it because it's simple, it's sleek, and it's not too bulky. It just has like a little twist off top and then you squeeze the product out, which is nice. Let's do that much first so we can see the coverage. And I'm gonna start with a brush. I will do the other side with a sponge so we can compare both, but I'm using the Haley's Beauty Brilliant Kabuki brush and I'm just gonna start buffing that into the skin. Oh, the color is actually not as dark as I thought it was going to be. It's a lot more wearable actually. So this is supposed to be a light to medium coverage product. Okay, I'm gonna build this up on this side. It does smell like SPF a little bit. It's not super strong, but the scent is there. And that's what it looks like. So it is a little bit yellowy, but it's definitely not as dark as I thought it was going to be on my skin. This looks like a tinted moisturizer on the face for sure. It's really natural, but it feels nice. It blends really easily. I have this sponge here from Shop Miss A. I will link it. It is so bouncy and soft. Oh my gosh, I love it. So let's try blending this out. Let's see how this covers up. It's like a little scar that I have. And then let's get the forehead. So you can still kind of see it peeking through. So you see the coverage is not intense, but again, it's not meant to be because it is a tinted moisturizer. So this is the brush side. And then this is the sponge side. So I feel like no matter what tools you're using, you're going to get the same coverage, the same kind of a look because it is a tinted moisturizer. So it's not gonna give you an intense coverage. It's not like a BB cream, which I feel like has a little bit more coverage. I don't honestly see a huge glow factor with it, which I'm not mad about. I feel like it's actually really natural on the skin. That could be also because of the primer that I used beforehand, but I'm thinking you can probably alter the finish of this product based on how you prep your skin beforehand. I did about 2 small pumps for my entire face, like on both sides. It does say it is buildable, so I'm kind of curious to add a little bit more to see how much it can be built up and how it looks. It does build up because you can see that little scar there. It's now covered up a lot more than what it looked like before. So definitely is buildable. I pretty much agree with all the claims about this product so far. And I think I like it more when it looks more built up on the skin, just because whenever I'm using something that is so lightweight, I still like a little bit of coverage. Okay, so can you guys tell the difference between the sponge side and the brush side because I feel like I really can't. I think I kind of like the brush side maybe a little bit more just because I just love that brush and the way it applies all of my liquids. Let me finish up the rest of my makeup. I normally do it off camera, but let me just show it on camera. Why not, right? So I think I'm going to keep everything Rare Beauty minus the powder just because I'm so obsessed with the powder that I've been currently loving. But I'm going to go in with concealer. This is the Rare Beauty one and I actually love this one and I have it in 200C. This is one of my favorites. I'm going to use a Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Bliss. You guys already know these are my jam. Okay, so I am going to set my makeup. I do love the Rare Beauty loose setting powder, but I am so obsessed with the LYS Triple Fix Translucent Setting Powder. This is just like something about it. I love the way it sets my makeup. So I'm gonna set my under eyes and I'm using the Sigma and Taylor Win Smooth Under Eye Brush, which I don't believe is available anymore, which makes me so sad because I love this brush, but I'm just using this just to set my under eyes. I feel like this is a good powder for today too because like I said, it is so subtle, but it's beautiful on the skin. Doesn't really add coverage too. I feel like it almost just like smooths you out. I'm gonna just dust a little bit of this powder with a fluffier brush on the rest of my face just to lightly set. I like to use a smaller brush for my under eyes just because I want to really like pack on that product so that my concealer doesn't excessively crease. But on the rest of my face, I just like to do a little light dusting just to kind of set everything in place so it doesn't move. Then to bronze the skin, I'm going to use a Fenty Beauty Instant Warmth Bronzer. And this one is in Shady Biz. And then for blush and highlighter, I've been loving the Pyramids Cheek Color from Flower Beauty. It's basically like a baked blush topper and it's so glowy and beautiful. So I have this one in the shade Peach Glow. So I love it for like pretty much, I was gonna say minimal makeup days, but I've been using this like just in general. So I'm gonna do lower lashes and lips, but I'm gonna just do LA Girl Shockwave Lip Liner in the shade Sandstorm. Then I'm gonna use Milani Color Fetish Matte Lipstick in the shade Pleasure. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of the Shimmer Balm Lip Gloss from Makeup Revolution in the shade Glimmer. Just adds a little something. You see? It's subtle, but it's cute. So before I do lower lash mascara, I'm gonna set the makeup, and like I mentioned earlier, I'm just gonna use the same NYX Bear With Me spray. I love this stuff so much. So this is looking really good right now. I'm gonna wear this for the next couple hours. It's like the afternoon right now, so it's like 12. But as I mentioned, I think it looks really nice. It's really light and airy on the skin, but I really like the way that it looks now. I think even more than when I first applied it. I feel like to me, this is one of those products that the longer it sits, the better it looks on your skin. That's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting from it, but I really like the way that it looks. So I'm gonna come back in a few hours and we will check in and I'll let you guys know how it looks. Okay, so now I'm standing in front of the window so you can see it looks so good. I really like it, and I think actually the color is not that bad. I know I kept saying it in the video, but I really thought it was going to be like super yellow and like orangey, but I think like with the other products and stuff, it all looks very balanced and it looks good. So super smooth, very natural. I think this is going to be like a good product for everyday makeup. So yeah, I'll let you guys know how it looks in a few hours. So it has been about like a week since I actually first checked in with you guys and tried out the Tinted Moisturizer. So since then, I wanted to kind of just keep playing with it and trying it out with different primers, because the first time that I wore it, I thought it wore really nicely, but I did get really shiny after the end of the day. And I think the first day I wore it, it was like for over 8 hours, 8.5 hours around there. But I did kind of expect that because this is a dewy tinted moisturizer and I have combination skin, so I didn't think it was a big deal. But again, I just wanted to kind of test it out for a couple more days after that, just to give you guys really like a good thorough review. And I have since then tried it out with a couple different primers. I think this is a tinted moisturizer that will work with a lot of different products underneath. But my favorite primer to use with this, that I find looks like the smoothest and wears the best, is with a putty primer. I love the one from e.l.f. The Poreless Putty is amazing. This is like a classic. So I just feel like this, because it is a little bit thicker, for some reason for me, like I just feel like it looks so smooth. It wears really really nicely throughout the day, especially like for me around my nose. I put a lot of this on there, and when I layer the tinted moisturizer over top, it looks beautiful. I also do like the Catrice Grip and Last Putty Primer. This one is a little bit less matte and less thicker than the one from e.l.f., but they're both super similar. So I just feel like any kind of primer like this that's a little bit thicker, in my opinion, will look the best with this tinted moisturizer. So yeah, final thoughts. I really love this. I think this is a beautiful product. I love the fact that it has SPF in it, and it is very light to medium coverage. So it is buildable, but you can have the option to keep it very natural and minimal. Or if you have a little bit more to cover up, you can definitely add a little bit more and it will even out your skin tone. It's not gonna obviously give you super full coverage, but it is gonna help with any redness or like any little things that you wanna cover up. It's gonna enhance your skin while still feeling really light and airy. And the shade 30N for me is a little bit too dark. As you guys saw, it is very yellow. So the sale is happening right now. It's currently at Sephora. So I decided to just get a lighter shade. I got one shade below that, and I think it's gonna be a perfect match. I'm in love with this product. I think it's great, and it's definitely gonna be a winner if it's not already for the spring and summertime. It's just perfect for everyday makeup. 10 out of 10. I don't really have any complaints about it other than it does get oily throughout the day. So depending on what you use underneath, you may have to touch up throughout the day with like a blotting sheet or a little extra powder, which for me is not a huge deal because it still looks really beautiful on the skin. It also looks really nice in photos with flash. I took one right before I started filming and I think it looks so good. And by the way, I really like the Rare Beauty Pore Diffusing Primer. This is a good pore filling primer, but it's not as thick and I don't find it to be like as matte as the one from e.l.f. So even though lately I've been loving like just dewy skin in general, but since the product itself, the tinted moisturizer, is so dewy, I find that using something smoothing and matte underneath just makes this wear the best and look the best after several hours. And for my girlies and guys out there who have more oily skin and you're not into something super dewy, I would say go with the Fenty Beauty Skin Tint. It has more of a soft matte finish and it's not as runny as the one from Rare Beauty. Now this, obviously I'm not comparing the two because they are different, but they're similar as far as like the coverage and like they do wear really nicely, but they have different finishes. And the one from Rare Beauty obviously has SPF in it and the one from Fenty doesn't. Overall, I love the one from Rare Beauty. I definitely think it's worth trying. I feel like both of these are amazing. It just depends on the finish and what kind of product you're looking for. But yeah, let me know if you guys have picked this up. What are your thoughts? I hope this video was helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video.